My name is Mackenzie Price, and I'm going to explain the revolutionary approach that is transforming gifted education. Gifted and talented kids, or GT kids for short, have often been pushed aside in traditional schools. That's why we built Gt.School.
We want help!
I would love your help. Let's dive in. In your old schools, what was the attitude towards getting good grades and being smart?
When you were smart, the other kids who maybe weren't as smart as you were trying to get on your nerves and make you get bad grades, make you feel bad about being better than them.
Was it considered kind of uncool to be like too good at something or not?
I was way ahead in reading, and it was really fun for me in ELA because I'd be answering all the questions and whatever. But even though I knew all the answers to the questions, and everybody would tease me because they knew I knew the answer.
Did you ever get teased at school for being smart?
Other kids were jealous.
They were. Wow, that's really tough. How did that make you feel?
Honestly, I would feel a little frustrated because they just want to say bad things about you.
I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Tell me what it's like to be successful academically here at Gt.School.
It just makes me feel really good when you complete like a lesson and like get over 80%, and then you do it and you're done with it for the day. It just makes you feel really proud.
At Gt.School, we have built an entirely new 100% custom system optimized for GT kids, starting with our AI tutor. It incorporates cognitive load theory to build a system that doesn't hold GT kids back. It accelerates them.
Back at my old school, I was really good at reading, but not very great at language and science. But here at Gt.School, since the subjects are split and we do based on a computer, it can track and I can test and test up and test down. And so my grade level in reading is 12th grade, while my grade level in science and language is 7th grade.
See what I mean? You're able to do 12th grade reading. Okay, does anyone else? What about you, Evie?
I really love reading. In normal school, I'd be in 4th grade, but I'm doing 6th grade reading.
6th grade reading? That's amazing. The question becomes how to feed this incredible intellectual appetite. So do you feel like at Gt.School, you're able to learn as quickly as you want to?
Whatever you level it at, it like gets harder. Because like if you get better, the better you get at it, the harder it gets. So you can keep learning.
Specifically regarding academics, most GT programs just let a student go a little bit ahead with the standard textbook or curriculum, or maybe they get pulled out once or twice a week for 45 minutes at a time.
It moves on with your level. Your math, reading, language, science, social studies move on with your level.
Are you ever bored at Gt.School when you're learning?
Even if you are bored, you can use that boredom to challenge yourself.
Even if you're just doing a lesson that's too easy for you, if you try to make yourself do it faster, like if you knew it would be easy for you if you did it in 5 minutes, maybe you could challenge yourself to do it in like 3 minutes and try to focus on your time.
And here's one more fun fact about GT kids that standard schools don't tell you. Your GT kid only needs 20 to 40 hours per subject per year to master an entire grade level. Yet traditional schools make them spend a minimum of 180 hours per subject, right?
Yeah, like in rocket math, you only have like 5 seconds for each question. So like you're doing like stuff you already know, but you have to do it really fast.
Our GT students consistently perform 3 to 5 years above grade level. And by 8th grade, they're hitting 1350 plus on their SAT and acing AP exams. And yes, we guarantee it. What do your parents think about Gt.School?
My dad was really excited to come. He moved here just for this school because he thought we needed something harder so we could learn faster.
That's fantastic. Krish?
My parents have been looking at this school for a little over 4 years, just been following you through Twitter and stuff, and they've been really recently thinking that, hey, we're gonna move to this school. So when we moved, I was super excited because I know if they choose something really cool, it's gonna be cool.
What do you think your parents care about when it comes to your education?
So, because they want us to be able to learn so we can be like smart when we grow up.
They thought that it would actually be really fun for me. Like, I would be ahead in my learning, maybe, if I came to the school.
Our parents, they value education, they really value education. So when we were coming to the school, one of our big concerns was, will we get educated? And so far, during 2-hour learning, I've learned a lot more than I've learned in the past 7 years being at my school. And it's been an amazing experience to where I knew what my limits were, what level I was at in like every sort of subject, and I knew what I needed to do to improve, and there's an actual tracker to show my progress every session.
I love that. Go ahead, Chris.
Parents also want our academics to be challenging, but also fun, so we're not just up there sitting there and crying.
At this school, we don't just learn math, language, and other like subjects. We learn like life skills. How to code a robot, how to be a good chess player, how to do public speaking.
What do you guys love about Gt.School?
Well, I really like the fact that we have 2-hour learning and then we do life skills.
I love Gt.School because there's a lot of encouragement going around if someone feels like they can't, there's something hard for them to do.
We love Gt.School!
Having support from gifted and talented guides is essential for gifted and talented kids. Should we bring in our guides?
Yeah!
Come on in, guides. So I have a question for you guys. What's the difference between a teacher at your traditional school and the guides that you have at Gt.School?
The guides are not allowed to teach.
Okay, what do they do instead?
Well, they like help us and encourage us.
Our guides play with us, like football and soccer and things like this when it's cue break, unlike our other school where teachers would just blow whistles at you to tell you to come inside.
These people excelled academically and attended the Ivy League, or one of the top universities in the world.
He went to Harvard.
Their intelligence, it's through the roof. Based at our old school, our teacher would just have a textbook or like a computer book, give it to us, and they probably don't even know the stuff in it. Over here, they're not the ones giving us the work. They're the ones that are meant there to encourage us, to support us, especially because when we're on a hard lesson or something, Mr. Braden will always encourage and tell us what to do, what strategies to use, if we needed to book a coaching call or some other help. For example, Mr. Braden is really, really good at public speaking. I mean, he led a national public speaking championship team.
And people ask us, if the teachers aren't teaching academics, the AI tutor is, why do you need adults like these? Well, first, you simply need guides who are super smart and can keep up with your kid.
At my old school, my teachers were really good, but here, absolutely better. Absolutely better.
At Gt.School, my guides are awesome.
GT kids need guides who can intellectually challenge them, not just keep up. And guides also set the pace for your child that is so much faster than most adults think kids can do. But being GT and having gone to the Ivy League are not enough to be qualified to be a Gt.School guide. Our guide's primary job is motivational and emotional support. Tell me, what do you think is important about being able to really connect with these GT kids? What are the skills that you need as a guide to do that?
I think the biggest thing, what you're seeing for them, like talk about high fives, is really just being able to connect with them. And while they're GT, it's being able to connect with them on like math and these advanced topics and chess and public speaking, but also being able to connect on football and how to talk to people, and being able to mesh those two together, I think, is what really makes our school different.
What colleges did you get accepted to?
Yes, I got accepted to Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford, Cornell, Dartmouth, and Columbia.
Is that impressive, or is that kind of just bottom of the barrel?
Well, got into the #1 school in the country.
GT kids need to have other kids that are pushing them to do the impossible, that are encouraging them in their interests and their hobbies, that are helping them to be their best. This is something that just isn't really possible in a traditional school, where often kids can feel alone or even uncool because they are so smart.
I think they push each other a lot. I think seeing them in workshop is in chess when they're doing critical thinking. Krish is going to push Jaden. Jaden's going to push Mirai. Sometimes one beats the other. Sometimes it goes the other way, and that forces them to get better. We get to see that competitive spirit.
In traditional school environments, GT kids can often be ostracized for being the smart ones, or maybe even the nerds. Instead, these students should be celebrated and they should be surrounded by other kids who are helping to challenge them and make them even better. The intellectual conversations that GT kids can have with each other, the common interests that they can explore together are so special, and providing an environment where these kids can come together to develop these interests is crucial.
A lot of times for GT kids, they're like the one gifted and talented kid in their school. When there's a school full of gifted and talented kids, I mean, you have to really bring your A game.
Do you guys feel like you have to bring your A game every day to school?
It's making me love school even more because I gotta push, I gotta get ready, gotta get in the mind. It makes me feel like I was so excited for today.
Your gifted and talented kid is so special, and they deserve an environment that celebrates that and really helps to unlock that incredible potential that they have. That happens when they're surrounded by other students that share their interests, their passions, and their intellectual horsepower. It happens when they're unleashed to be able to go through their academics as quickly as they are capable of. And it happens when they are surrounded by adults that are super smart, emotionally intelligent, and know how to motivate and push these kids to reach unlimited heights. That's what happens at GT School. I can't wait for you to check it out.